have no idea what the person did before me with this Corvette. The drain bolt is completely stripped. I tried multiple things to get it undone, and I'm not making a dent at all. I feel like I'm making it worse. The teeth are just eating at the bolt itself. It's not coming loose. So I've tried I literally took a brake, reassembled this motorcycle stand over there, like reassembled that. In between, tried to come back at it again, tried looking again, tried multiple things. It's just not coming undone. So that kind of sucks because of now I can't drain the oil or change the filter. I'm gonna have to take it to like a Valvoline or something, see if they can get it off, and then see if they can replace it with this new nut, which sucks because of I went to get this done, and you know, it is what it is. But hey, I'm being real with you guys. I am no YouTube mechanic. I am a real person who, yeah, sometimes things just doesn't go quite as planned. But it is good though to get the vehicle up. I am noticing though underneath the vehicle, the oil pan itself, it doesn't look too bad, but there is some like gunk underneath there. I'll show you guys. I'm gonna do some cleaning up. I'm just gonna try to get some of this oil off, use some like WD-40 and just clean off all the soot, I guess, up on here. But this is really like the only spot. It's really just around the drain plug, the oil pan. But in the front and in the back, there's like none. There's like nothing. It is what it is. If I had access to like get the vehicle up higher, it would be much easier. Could use different tools to try to get it undone, but it's just the fact that I'm like trying to crawl underneath it. I don't have enough room to like really maneuver and to like try to get it undone. So it's frustrating, but it is what it is. Well, guys, we didn't go riding like I wanted to, but I had a good excuse. There was a literal hurricane. We were gonna go Saturday, but it turned out there was some rain in the desert, and that's where we were gonna go. Basically the place that we were gonna go, they close it whenever it rains. So long story short, there was a hurricane. We couldn't go, pretty much. So that kind of sucks. I don't know if we're gonna go next weekend, because next weekend we have something else planned that we're gonna be doing, which I'm excited about. I'm gonna bring you guys along with us, but we still haven't taken the bikes out, and that makes me very much upset. But we will. But in today's video, we may be taking the C5 out. We'll see. But first things first, I gotta unload the truck, unload this motorcycle and everything like this. It's kind of a pain. I have to I have to put the truck at the end of our driveway because of our driveway is so steep. It actually helps out a lot when it's further down. I can unload the other motorcycle much more easily out of the truck bed. So let's do that. There's still some water dripping, but okay, that's taken care of. Now, let me do a quick check on the Corvette. What I did, I replaced the battery bolts for it. I did see someone online saying that could be an issue. I was having it was a slight issue when I would turn the ignition. Sometimes the car would just cut all power. I don't know if you can tell, you probably can't see. This was my old positive one. Look, I don't know if this is 100% the problem. Don't know if that was the issue, but I got brand new ones. And like, I kind of just want to go full send with the Corvette. I haven't driven it in like, it's been weeks. Actually, I haven't like driven it since we went to Disneyland right before we did the cross-country road trip. Literally like the time before that, and we came back on our way home. That's when I started having more issues. And after that, I parked the car in the garage. I haven't really driven it since. I've driven it a couple times just around the corner. We're gonna go to Disneyland tonight, so I'm kind of like, should I just go full send, just take it out? Because I don't want to be scared to drive the thing, but I don't want it to break down on me. So we'll see. I'm gonna check the battery voltage. It wasn't plugged up overnight, so I'll see if it dropped. If it didn't, cool. Then I'll probably will drive it. If it did, then probably not. We'll see. But yeah, we'll check that. Angelia, I wasn't gonna do it, but Angelia said let's do it. So we're gonna do it, man. Well, guys, welcome back to, I don't know, my Corvette misery. I don't really know. Okay, guys, so that last clip that you probably saw, we were taking the C5 out to Disney, drove it, tried to make sure everything was good. This thing just keeps having issues. So, drove there, everything was fine. My memory card was actually full, so I didn't really like film on the way back. I was able to get some footage on my phone, but started the car up. When we got into the car, it was like louder. I was just like, that's interesting. Driving on the way home, I could feel the vibrations through like the entire car pretty much. At first I was worried. I was like, oh my god, this feels like the engine is going to explode. I don't know how to quite explain it. It just felt like the vibrations were super intense when I would get on it slightly. So I was just like, all right, something's up for sure. Luckily though, it wasn't that. None of that type of, well, luckily that wasn't the issue. It wasn't the engine itself. Because nothing on the gauge, there was nothing abnormal, nothing showed up. But I just felt strong vibrations and the car just sounded terrible. So it actually turns out when we pulled the car into the driveway or into the garage, I put my hand behind the car itself and I was able to feel the exhaust coming out of one side, not the other. And I was like, oh, that would explain a lot. So I looked underneath the car. Sure enough, at the rear end of the car, like back towards, past the catalytic converter, almost towards the muffler, it like disattached. The muffler and like the, I guess the, not the axle back, but from like the muffler basically to the part of the exhaust is underneath the driver or passenger section of the car, it disattached completely. Don't know how this happened, but it did. Like literally I've never had this issue with this car, but it sure enough did. So yeah, that kind of stinks, but at least it's nothing crazy. I mean, that could be fixed. So I'm in a little bit of a dilemma. I could probably just get the exhaust welded and just put back together. I'm not even sure how. I literally don't know how this happened. It kind of broke at the joint, so I'm thinking maybe it came undone, something happened. I don't know. Maybe it was rubbing. I don't know. I've literally never done this before ever. So I can either get the exhaust fixed if it needs to be welded, like a new part like put in. I could probably just get that done. Probably won't be that expensive, but who knows. Or I could go with a whole new exhaust, which I could do, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that right now. This exhaust is on here is the Flowmaster. So I like the way it sounds. It's fine. It gets loud when you want it to get loud when you're on it, but when it's just idling, it sounds pretty tame. So I do like the exhaust. I could go more extreme. So we'll see what's gonna happen, but I think I'm gonna take it to actually a shop. I know a place that seems to be pretty good. So I'm gonna go probably have them check it out and see what's up, because I don't have a welder and I'm not dealing with the exhaust myself. So there's always some small little issues that are just popping up. But I do want to say, so the dirt bikes over there, we didn't get a chance to go riding last weekend because of the hurricane. This week, the place I wanted to go, again, it is closed because of it's wet. But there's another area that I think I want to go to. So I think we're gonna go there tomorrow. So that is the goal. Have to pack everything back up tonight, get more 91 in for my gas tank. You know, the motorcycles are pretty full, but I'll get some more. And yeah, I think we're gonna finally take these things off for the maiden voyage out in the wilderness. So I'm excited to do that finally. I have to just pack everything back up, which is kind of a pain to do, but you know, it is what it is. So I gotta load up the truck and get everything situated with that. But the C5 Corvette, it is, yeah, it's just a host of small little issues. But I do gotta be honest with you, this has honestly made me more and more think about moving on from the C5. I know it would be kind of premature for me to move on from it so early. It's gonna be a year. I think in November or October, it will be a year of me having this thing. So I don't wanna move on it that quickly. I know for sure this isn't going to be the probably not the long-term vehicle for the channel. I definitely want to experience it and learn it more, get my hands wet with the LS platform. I think honestly, like being totally honest, I probably want to move to a C6. That will be the goal. I think it'll just be a little bit, it'll just be a step better in technology and a little bit better just overall reliability, so we can start actually making probably some good power and actually going to track it. I would love to still take this thing off to autocross it and track it, but it's just like, if it's always down before I even get a chance to even do it, that's just kind of an issue. So I don't know, that's kind of my thoughts, what I will eventually do, but we will see what's going on, or who knows, maybe something else will happen. But it would be cool to keep this and then move on to something else, but just financially and also space-wise, that wouldn't make much sense. So we'll see what happens. I want to get this thing up and running. I want to still enjoy it, still make more content with it, and still do more stuff with it. But I think as far as like modifications, I don't probably want to go any further than where the thing is right now. I think the car is pretty much good. It's in a good driving state where you can drive it and have fun. And I want to really continue to learn this platform and to learn this vehicle. So if I do move on to a C6, it will be a step up, but still, I guess, in the same realm. So if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens in the near future, but I'm excited for the next video. The next video, finally, we're getting out into the desert. We're taking these bad boys out, these dirt bikes out, taking the Ram Rebel out. We're gonna be having some fun. It's gonna be a good old time. You guys haven't seen my last video, which a lot of you guys haven't seen my last video talking about these two motorcycles. Check out this video right here. It was a really good video explaining why we got the bikes and the plans for them and everything like that. Check that video out, subscribe for more. See you in the next video.